All right. I'm back. A little bit of a hiatus, but life happens. Anyway, decided to do a little bit of a change in direction. I've discovered this game. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it, but it's called Dwarf Fortress. So I'm gonna do a little bit of playthrough of this. It's a fantastic game. Gonna start out with going through the basics. Hopefully, get you set up with a good profitable fortress, and we're just gonna play. I mean, yeah, it's a chill game. It's a lot of fun. There's no real winning. You're eventually gonna die. As you can see, I've got a fortress already set up here. Um, this is kind of going to assume that you know how to start a fortress. It'll pick your spot in your map, what to look for. I mean, it's pretty simple. Avoid the aquifers. You want a little bit of soil. You want to be away from like the hostiles and stuff like that. You want trees and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Anyway, so I've got my zones pulled up here because if you just do the auto start, you're gonna get some basics, and that includes animals. Now, if you don't, you need to create a pasture for them. Or is it pen pasture right here? That's what I got this set up here. If you don't have this set up, your animals will die because they don't know where to go to eat, and you'll eventually notice the notifications will start saying, "Oh, so and so has starved to death." Your animals will starve, so they're over here. They're gonna eat this grass, um, and you got to make sure that you add the animals to the pasture, or they won't know where to go. And you can see my animals here. I got my goat and fucking what is that? Cave boar, a boar, pig, whatever. The dogs and cats, though, you get dogs and cats. Don't put those in the pasture because the dogs and cats are very helpful. They will keep rodents and other undesirables out of your fortress here. Um, Things like rats and hamsters and stuff like that. They'll keep those from eating the food. So you just kind of let the cats there. See, I got my two of my cats there. I don't know where the dogs are. They're off doing their own thing. But yeah, they'll help you keep the undesirables out of your fortress. It's also good. So you see, I've got two stockpiles set up here. Dwarves like to be organized, so I like to keep things kind of tight and tidy. Like my farm here, and my still, and I keep all the drinks there. So when it comes time to harvest, drinks are right there. The doors know where to go, especially with the rocks, stones, and stuff like that. A separate one for wood as well. They're pretty easy to set up. So let's just go ahead and we'll take a look at one of them. Let's just take a look at the general stock. So yeah, so you can sort of, if you go through the tutorial, it'll show you all this. But if you kind of want to keep things clean and tidy, all of my stockpiles, I don't allow refuse. I don't allow corpses. Um, so for the general sort of stockpile, no wood, no stone, no refuse, no garbage, no corpses, and I've kept the drinks out of there because, of course, our drink supply is over by the still. So that's a good way to customize, keeps things organized. Like I said, dwarves like to be organized. They like things neat and tidy. Um, so yeah, this is the trade depot. Super important. Once a year you'll get a caravan from Mountain Home. There's like the people that didn't decide to sort of come on this expedition. Um, so they'll come and trade with you, and the on time too. You'll get other traders that'll stop by. You can trade your goods. It's really important early on, especially getting things that you don't have that you will need. You probably might eventually find, but until that time, it's just easier to trade for until you start to sort of get your everything established. This is actually a game I started a little while ago. I've played it through. I think in my main playthrough, this fortress is like year 102, and I've got I got like 98, 98 dwarves. I've got a I've got a tavern, like an inn and a tavern, super popular with performers. They keep asking me to live there. No, dwarves like it underground. So I've dug my farm here that I've shown you. This little guy here, this little square here, is going to be an office. But I'll get into that shortly. And then we got like the main stockpile here. Happy little doors doing their thing. All right, well, let's unpause this and get at it. See what kind of trouble we can get into. Now, the nice thing is, so one thing I recommend right away is going into the nobles and administrators. And as you can see, I've got a broker that's, when it comes time to do the trading, that's the dwarf that'll go to that trade outpost, that trade depot, and he will conduct business. But what I recommend early on is getting a manager. Now, we click on this, we can see I got a guy here. It'll list, if they have skills in that particular profession. So we're gonna click on Bomrick. He's our expedition leader, but he's also going to be our manager. Now, the cool thing about managers is you can set up work orders, but we'll get that because he needs an office. So let's close this down, keep it paused. Now I've already cut this open for an office. The manager's office doesn't really need to be anything super special. Just like I usually just put like a throne and a table in there for him, put a door in there, and he's got a little office. But we don't have a way to make those things, so let's build. Let's do a build. So we're gonna go to workshops, and we're gonna go carpenter. We want to throw in a carpenter. We're gonna put it there. We're gonna choose the material that it's made out of. But what I'm actually gonna do is bring that back up. Workshops, carpenter. And if you come up here, you can use closest material. That one, and keep building after placement. That way you can just build it and you don't have to choose. If you're not particular on the material that they're going to build whatever they're building out of, then it's just a quick drop place and away they go. So they're going to get to building that once they sort of, oh, there we go, they're building it. Okay, so we're going to go to build things. It's pretty straightforward as well. Let's pause this. We're going to go add new task. Now, let's go. We need a table. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to make a singular table and a chair. Because we need to we need to make this up. We'll make a wooden door for the manager's office as well. So we're going to get out of that. Now the cool thing is the dwarves, whoever's going to be building it, they'll automatically get to work and they will grab the materials. They'll come here and they'll do their little thing. So while we're waiting for that stuff to get built, the dwarves, they need some place to sleep. So let's carve out a little spot. Now you can do individual bedrooms, but early on I recommend just kind of cutting out a little dormitory. Let's put it down here. And we can put a door in there. And now our minor doors are gonna come and the minor dwarf is gonna come in. There's the backup guy. Again, you can customize. You can assign jobs. So I've got a couple miners. If you have but like if you assign another dwarf to a miner role, they need a pickaxe. So if they don't have a pickaxe, like if you don't have a pickaxe in your inventory, if your supplies, they're not gonna mine. So like I've got 3 dwarves set for mining, but only 2 pickaxes. So I've only got 2 miners. So they need the tools. Like same thing with woodcutters, they need axes. You can see the dwarves here; they got their axes. They'll cut wood. So yeah. Oh, there, finish that up. Okay, looks like. Okay, the table's done. The chair's done. Let's place that. So to place, we're gonna go to furniture. We're going to table. Place the table in the middle. So again, I've got that selected. It's just gonna, like, if I have multiple tables, it's just gonna slap down whatever table I want. Early on, I'm not really too concerned with, the looks. It's, we're gonna try and get this fortress established, and then we can start being picky with the materials that things get built out of. Oh, we'll close that down. Oops, wrong button. There we go. And then we'll build the chair. Wait, because we need that door for an office to be an office. It needs to be, like, to designate an office. It needs to be enclosed. It can't be left open like that. It's got to be closed shut. There's the door. Okay, let's go back. Doors, door, place. And we'll let that build. And in the meantime, while that's getting done, let's get some beds built. So let's build. You know what? We're gonna make all 7 beds. One for each dwarf. They all don't need beds because they don't sleep at the same time. They're gonna do their own thing, which is fun. I mean, this game is a dwarf simulator. It is a fortress simulator. There is no real end goal. It's just, the way I interpret it is, try and survive as long as you can, and enjoy the ride along the way, because in the end, losing is fun. One of them will come build them beds, getting the rocks out of the fortress with the little wheelbarrow. This game's so fucking cute. Okay, so we get the managers, the tables in there, the chairs in there, doors in there. So let's make it an office. So we're gonna come over to the office. Now the cool thing is, if you have, like, if you can do this with bedrooms too, make it quick and easy. Instead of, like, assigning each individual office, you can just click this, you can drag it, and then it'll detect multiple offices that you selected within that square. Offices that qualify as offices, it'll automatically paint them separately. But since we only got the one, we're just gonna do. Then we're gonna hit accept. Now, an office isn't really an office without someone to occupy said office. Now, dwarfs, as far as I know, they won't just automatically take over the office. It needs to be assigned, so we're going to assign that to Bomrick. And now we have a manager. So the beauty thing about this is a huge time saver. Huge time saver. Huge time saver is we're going to go to work orders. Instead of, like, if you got to make something, coming in here and doing this, I've gone in, add new task, make bed, add new task, make bed. I've done that 7 bloody times. We can go to work orders. We click add new work order. So actually, you know what? Let's just go through that. Close that down. Let's kill all those. Okay, so let's open up the work orders page. We're gonna make some beds. So we want to make beds. So we're gonna click on Carpenter's Workshop. We're gonna click Make Bed. Now it automatically comes up. The default is 10 for anything. You can choose which shop it uses specifically. You can set, so if you have, like, say you have 4 workshops and you want to make beds and you want to make barrels, you can choose, so you can set it so only 2 workshops will make beds. You can change that there, and then you can set your other jobs, so you can control that. Over here, you can control the number, or you can just enter in a flat number. This button here is cool. I'm not gonna get into that right now because it's a little bit advanced. It just kind of checks for conditions, and it automates the process. So it's good for making booze, food, ammunition, things like your main consumables. The manager will check. You can set it to check daily or whatever, and then if you have under a certain amount of an item, they'll just automatically start making it again. And then you can also set the material here, which is cool. Like, we can go, let's make them all out of willow. And so now that's ready to go. So we can just close out of this, and our manager, the work orders have to be checked. They have to be confirmed by the manager before they get started. So the manager's gonna go check the conditions, make sure that there's enough of everything to make said items, and then he will hand off that task to someone and be like, "Here, make this stuff, please." And I do believe that's what's happening. Yeah, it's already happening right now. So you can see right here, this is being worked on. It is active. It's being worked on, and this task is coming from a work order. Is with this little, down here is the work orders icon. So that means that that's coming from a work order. You can set the priority. So if you got like 1,000,001 things, you can choose yada yada yada, and then you can link like stockpiles for this workshop. So you can really fine tune where the supplies come from, where they go, what they can use, what they can't use. Like it's a pretty in depth. It's pretty in depth. Um, so yeah, let's open up this because I think we're gonna go with a second workshop. It's always good. You always want. You always wanna. Doors like to be productive, so we're gonna help them with that. I'm gonna go to build. Oops. We're gonna go to build. Workshops. Carpenter. And let's throw in another carpenter in there. So the beds are made. So let's place a few of these beds. Oops, that's doors. Doors. Bed. 1, 2, 3. And then it'll make them until there's nothing left. So we got 7 here. So we'll let them get on that, and they'll once the beds are made, and they'll get put in there. Beds I saw will be there's one in the inventory in the workshop as well. And then once the work order is completed, it'll get cleared. So they get 3 more beds to make. You know what? Let's go. Bam. 2 shops max. So another dwarf should go down. There he goes. The other shop. Apparently I made extra. I got extra beds. There we go. The last couple are there. So let's place those down. And then the dwarves will have a place to sleep. Oh, I got so many. Oh yeah, right. I made 10. Sorry, I made 10 beds, not 7. But hey, that's fine too. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. So let's just take a look at the farming here. So usually you start out with some sort of thing to plant. Now I've planted plump helmets all year because that's what is going to serve as the main supply for my drink, for my booze production. Um, Once we kind of get into a little further, we're going to make it so hopefully we never run out of these plump helmets or whatever the hell they're fucking called. Because you want to have them so they only go for brewing only, not use them up for food. Because dwarves can make food and booze out of damn near anything. It seems in this game, which I guess is not a bad thing. All right, I hope not. I'll have to edit that out too. Hope none of that fucking came. Thanks, Mo. Good job, buddy. Dog rip and burp over there. Getting back on track here. Let's just unpause this. Get this a running. Okay, so we've got a drink production. Dwarves like to be drunk. That's just their thing. Now, dwarves also like I said earlier, they like to be underground. They don't really care much for being outside. They will get pissed off if they get rained on. They don't like to get rained on. So let's dig a hallway because we're gonna start branching out. Time to expand our fortress. So let's open up. I'm gonna make a hallway. I'm gonna make a hallway here. And go too wide on this hallway. All the way up to there. So the next what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a meeting space. Actually, you know what? I don't wanna. I don't like that. Let's do that. Like, what I want to do is push the right keys. So let's go like this. I just gotta keep things neat and tidy. Let's unpause it, get them mining. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a meeting area. It's gonna be where our dwarves are gonna go and hang out. We're gonna eat, drink, and be merry. This is gonna be, instead of them hanging out outside like filthy humans or elves, surface dwellers, they'll have a place to go chill underground and do their dwarven drinking and whatever else dwarves enjoy doing underground. Oh yeah. There we go. So we've made some space. We made a hallway. Made another hallway. Here's our meeting zone. So let's go ahead and assign said meeting zone. Now, what do we got here? Meeting area. So we'll stretch that out to make a meeting area, accept. And then, for now, we're going to keep this just a meeting area. But we're also going to overlap. And we're going to oh my god. We're going to overlap a dining hall on top of there too. So, doors will have some place to eat. Now, let's close this down. Open up our work orders. We need more tables and chairs. So we're going to do table. And let's be selective. Because why not? You know what? Fuck it. 2 shops max. Another one for the chairs. Let's do it right, Phil. Carpenter's workshop. Make a wooden chair. Again, make it out of willow. Well, things match. Because that's just what we're going to do. Now, let's get some more wood. I'm assuming we got quite a bit. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we got quite a bit. So we'll leave that. Where are these guys going? Where are you going? Oh, he's pulling. I was pulling that ox. I think that's an ox. Then an ox back into the, or yak. It's bringing the yak back. Taverns. They need instruments, goblets, and cups. Things of that nature. But we'll go over that in a little bit. So we got that going. So we're dwarves. We like to work with stone, rocks. So let's get on that one. So let's carve out a spot for stoneworks. We'll make enough room for three stoneworks. I'll put some. We haven't been able to. I like rooms. I like nooks. I like everything to kind of be sort of contained. I don't know. That's just my play style, I guess. But I get that for like any other game that's like this too. I just kind of like to compartmentalize things, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Don't judge me. Or do judge me. I don't give a shit. Okay, so build. We're going to go to workshops. Stoneworker. 1, 2, and 3. And stoneworkers, they make a lot of stuff. For me anyway, I transition out of making things out of wood. And I make them out of stone because, you know, they're dwarves. That's what they do. So we got some tables ready. Okay, so stone workers are making. Dwarves are sleeping. They're happy. They're getting happier. Look at that. Population's happy. We got happy dwarves. So let's put in our furniture over here. Table. Let's see. Let's go there. What? There. There we go. Build the chairs. So in these spots too, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open this up. We're gonna change this into, we're gonna change this into an inn tavern, because in doing that, it'll attract like other people. It'll attract new dwarves to come and live with us. It'll attract people to entertain the dwarves. It'll just make our fortress a lot cooler to visit. More people will come. That gives us more labor. Oh yeah, and they need cups to drink with. They need something to drink with. So let's mine that out. Right there. Bam. Wait, no. Stop. Aha. That button. There we go. Okay. So that's where the crafts. Now dwarves, they like to have things too. They like to make shit and they like to hold things. So they got like trinkets, earrings, bracelets, and stuff like that. So that's the other thing we're gonna use this workshop for. Crafts, craft dwarf place and thar. We'll let them build. We got 12 people now, so let's just check. Why isn't this updated? Yeah, 12 people, unless they. We'll give that a minute. Immigrants. Oh, look, there's a bar. There's already a bard visiting. So this guy has come to entertain our people. Oh yeah, and it'll tell you when your work orders are completed. This is bad. I think he is still. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, we need a door. We need a front door. That is just our fisher dwarf telling us there's nothing to catch out here, but that's totally fine because we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. Okay, so let's crack on some doors. So we're going to make some stone doors. Make rock door, and we'll just stick with the 10. Let's make the bauxite. Now you notice up here, there's the a symbol for around. So I have around 50 food. I have around 30 drinks and around 30 seeds, around 40 plants. There is a way to get that more accurate. So let's do that. And then door. Now, to make our pathing a little more efficient, instead of like if they got to come in and around this way, let's open this up. Let's just put that in there, because then instead of going all the way around here and then all the way up there, whatever they do, they can just bam, shortcut. Doors like shortcuts. They don't like to meander around a whole lot. So we're gonna help them with that. Okay, cups. Yes, we make chests, right? We did make chests. So they need. We made instruments too. We did. The instruments are done. The chests are done. So furniture, chest. Let's put it in the corner. I can go there. And instrument. There. And there. And then, you know what? Let's crank out some statues. Dwarves love statues. It makes them happy. We want happy dwarves. We don't want pissed off dwarves. We want happy dwarves. This is the acceptable side of the scale. This is not. This is indifferent. Even the little smiley face is like indifferent about it. He's like, what the fuck, whatever, man. Like, just figure it out. Do we want to specify? No, let's just get random statues. I'm down with random statues. That's cool. Oh look, it's the performer. Looks like an elf. I think he's an elf. I love reading like the tooltips for these doors. It's just so ridiculous. Oh yes, this is gonna be an issue. This is gonna be an issue. So let's fix that ahead of time. Dwarves like to pray. They gotta pray to their gods. Because, religious people do religious things. Shocker, I know. So, mining. Let's make a temple. I'll let them carve that out. And it's looking like soon we're going to have to address this. And now, a way we can do that is the nice thing about this is instead of like cutting a ton of spots for storage, you can maximize your storage by making bins and barrels. So you need barrels to make booze, and you need bins will hold booze and food as well, but bins also hold supplies and shit too. So let's just make 5 for now. Eventually the bins do get kind of tedious and cluttered, but it helps cut down on space because, like I say, the bins will hold stuff. Okay, so these offices are done. So we got the doors on there. Let's, you know what? I think, yeah, we'll use these up. I think we'll use these up. Well, there's one thing I didn't mention about the meeting places and like the inns and taverns is they also need a dance floor area. So we got our tables. They also need a chunk of space for the dance floor. So I left that. I'll leave that open, and eventually I'll probably either expand this or just make a slightly more elaborate meeting area. Okay, moving on. Now, basic offices don't really need anything super special. Not until they start. Not until the dwarves start demanding bigger offices. I'll show you the multi. So we're gonna click, drag, click, and it has made 2 offices. Bam. Okay, so we click on an office, and again, you know, you can assign it to somebody. We want more accurate counts on our supplies. We don't want this about, around. We want to know what we got, and I want to know it now. So we're going to come here, and we're going to get a bookkeeper. So we get this guy, Odom. Congratulations, Odom. You're fucking hired, bud. Now we need... Let's give him this one. So now Odom has his own office. Okay, so now Odom will go in there, and he'll sit down at his desk when he gets it. Looks like it's getting installed today. Yeah, there we go. So Odom will go in there. He'll do his paperwork. He'll go and check everything. He'll do his counts, and this will get updated. Let's fix the drink situation. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go down to still. So when I mentioned that growing the plump helmets here, or whatever the hell they are, we don't want to use them for anything but brewing booze, because that's going to be our simplest and main source. We can grow them all year round underground. We don't want to use them. We don't want to use them for cooking. We only want to use them for brewing. Same with the seeds. So we want to go plump helmet spawn, cancel that. So what's going to happen now is anytime you use something in the still, the seeds will get extracted from it if that particular thing has seeds. But if you cook it, if you prepare it as a meal, you lose those seeds. They get everything, and then you're fucked. Another way too is you can come out here, and you could just as easily forage for food out here, and it's the same thing. The plants that they bring in from out here, they can be brewed into booze as well. So let's automate our booze process. All right. Here, I'm gonna go back to still. We're gonna brew drink from plant, and let's keep a nice. Let's keep 75 on hand. Now we're gonna add a modifier because we want this to be automated. So we're gonna click the green button here. And we want it so when the count is checked, when it checks to satisfy the conditions of this particular order, we want it to go like this, and we'll say if there's less than 50. If there's less than 50 drinks, then they'll go ahead and brew more. And that's just going to be automatic now. Don't have to worry about that. They'll just keep doing it. You know, instead of like going in here, you can add the task. There's a button, you just do it forever, and it'll just keep doing it. That's okay early on, I guess. I don't know. For me, it's not. Because if you have just one dwarf here constantly, day in, day out, you lose that dwarf. Like, if you don't need to be making drinks and shit, the dwarf could be doing other stuff. So it's not really efficient later on. You kind of want to streamline everything. So that's what that's going to do. He's making the booze, but they won't make booze unless we have available barrels. I'm not going to bother making more just quite yet. Okay, so, oh yeah, right. I totally spaced on that. We cut this out for a temple Because if dwarves don't have a place to pray, they get pissed off. Oh, yeah, right. Meeting. So you make a meeting area. Stretch it over there. Hit accept. Then we're going to go here. We're going to click this button. And we're going to go to new temple. These are the various deities. Boros the Bone Skull, the Dead Urn. He's the god of death. And there's a god of fortresses, and a god of mountains and volcanoes, and a god of the earth, and a god of all that stuff, and a god of wealth, and a god of more mountains and more volcanoes, and another god of death. So you can choose a specific one. Of course, the specific one appeals to the specific crowd. Or just for now, we'll just go no specific deity. So let's make like a kitchen, and we're also gonna put a food storage in there, just like we've done with the still with our alcohol. We're gonna do the same thing with food, but we're gonna make it slightly bigger. And they'll take their meals and they'll go sit in the dining hall, and yeah. So maybe they're mining it out pretty quick. This is a peat wall. It's like it's not, the further down you go in elevation, the longer it takes, depending on the dwarf's mining skill, the longer it'll take to clear. But this is a nice beginning because we got some cavern floor. We got a kitchen, a fishery, a tanner, and a butcher. So we're gonna need a kitchen because you gotta. Oh yeah, this is just the caravan from Mountain Home is coming. So we're gonna need to request the broker to the trade depot, and we also need to move things to trade. So we need to kind of kick something out. Let's trade our gem bin. We'll trade an altar. Okay, so you can just clear this window and unpause it, and the dwarves they'll start grabbing the stuff from the stockpile, and they'll put it there. As you can see, our brokers waiting for the caravan to show up. I think he's done now. Yeah, he's done now. Take instruments. Yeah, we'll take that one too. Why not? We'll take that animal. Not too concerned about our meat situation either. Oh, hello. He did bring these. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it at that. So it shows you down here in the corner the approximate value, the value of what we want, and if we and as well, you can only carry so much, and then this will tell you currently, if he's making a profit or if he's taking a loss. But we're going to hand him a healthy profit. Not super healthy, but healthy enough. Let's see if he takes it. You won't take it. Let's see if he'll trade it now. There we go. We'll deal with that. We'll go with that. We had to give up the alpaca, but that's okay. We got enough animals for now. Yeah, we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so the trade has been successful. We don't need the trader. He can go back to work. They'll hang out until they decide to leave. They'll stick around for a little while, and then they'll peace out when they're ready to go. So let's get back to building foodstuffs. So workshops, farming. Let's make a kitchen. We'll put a kitchen there. Hey, hit the right keys. Let's put. We'll put it in a butcher. Let's put in a butcher. No, butchers are smelly. Let's put the butcher outside. Because butchers stink. So we'll go there. Butcher. Butcher can go outside. Fuck him. Workshops. Okay, farming. Let's get the fishery in there. No, fisheries stink as well. The fishery outside. Farming. There's a tanner in there, though. We could do that. Oh, wouldn't that kind of stink, too? I think that would kind of stink, too, wouldn't it? Fuck it, Yeah, that would stink, too. So for now, I guess we just have just a kitchen. Which is fine, I guess. Other foodstuffs. I mean, it would allow us to expand. Like, typically I'd build that this way, but I've kind of like made this weird sort of room. So we'll just go like kitchen, and then we'll put storage down here. And if we need to, like we can also scale that stockpile. Put a stockpile there. Click accept. We're gonna go to custom and allow all food except drink and drink. Then we come over here. There you go into custom. Go to food and no food. No food. Not we're not having any of that shit. Let's make some crafts just in case any of them want like a trinket or something to hang on to. You can use it as trade fodder, which helps. Okay, so we got that going. Make some crafts. So I think yeah, it's been over an hour. I think I'm gonna cut it there. So thanks for tuning in, and do another one of these soon. All right, bye.